Hello, 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 all. Welcome to or welcome on back to Rise and Inspire LA with your girl Naraya Ahava. And I hope you all are doing fabulously today. And in today's video, we are going to tackle the topic of the importance of discernment and using discernment. In a world full of information, choices, relationships, XYZ, having discernment is almost like having a guiding compass. And in this video, we're going to explore why having discernment is almost like a superpower that can help you to make better decisions, authentic connections, and just live an overall more fulfilling life, right? So let's dive on in. Now, discernment is the ability to judge, perceive, and make decisions with keen insight and understanding. It's about going just beyond what you see on the surface and questioning and choosing what aligns with you and your values and your purpose. And I would say that critical thinking is the core of discernment. It involves you analyzing information, questioning assumptions, and making informed judgments. You don't want to jump to conclusions. You don't want to just assume because things aren't always what they may seem like at face value or on the surface. So you don't want to make assumptions. You want to be able to make a decision that's based on information, real information, and not just any types of assumptions that you're making. You don't want to just skip over that kind of critical thinking aspect of it to make sure that you are making the right decisions that align with what's best for you. So in a world where information is so abundant, the ability to just sift through all of the noise and identify what is true and valuable to you is priceless. And that's where using your discernment comes into play. And discernment empowers you making intentional choices rather than being swayed by external forces, whether it's the media, whether it's a friend, whether it's a family member, or even just how you feel in a moment or societal pressures. Discernment allows you to make choices that align with your authentic self. Sometimes we can just react in a situation instead of maybe just sitting with a situation, meditating on it for a minute, and just really listening to ourself, our true authentic self, and discerning how we should proceed in this situation. And then we are going to respond to what is happening instead of just reacting to it. Because a lot of time when you react in the moment, you may regret it. So discernment allows you to make choices that align with yourself, and it's about choosing the path that resonates with your values and your aspirations and your true self and what ultimately is best for you. Not what's best for society or not what's popular, but what is best for you and your beliefs, right? And discernment empowers you to make intentional choices, and it also kind of allows you to be more level-headed, I would say, because you're not just abruptly making a decision in the moment. And a lot of times you will find that in less cases you are regretful of a decision that you make because you took the time to really just meditate on it, discern, and respond instead of simply reacting, right? And especially discernment is super, super, super important in all things, but even more importantly, when it comes to our relationships. That includes our familial relationships, that includes romantic relationships, and even friendships. And it helps you to recognize toxic patterns, and it allows you to make healthier choices. Sometimes we can just have an attachment to people or to situations, or because something is familiar to us, or it could just be certain things that we're used to in a situation or from a particular person. And, we feel like it's not quite aligned with what we're looking for, or aligned with what we think is the right thing, or how we should be treated, or how we should be interacted with in this case. But when you really tune into your discernment, it allows you to kind of filter through toxic behaviors, toxic patterns, and it helps you to distinguish between genuine connections with people and nurture those things, and just putting boundaries in place against people that drain your energy or that even hinder your growth. And that takes us to the next point of how setting boundaries is super important. And it's such an essential aspect of discernment because it enables you to protect your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. When we do not have firm boundaries in place, when we kind of let people move however they're going to move in our lives, regardless of how it makes us feel at our core and how it makes our authentic self feel, you're going to find yourself drained. You're going to find yourself depleted. You're going to find yourself feeling just frustrations or anger or whatever, or feeling like your boundaries are being stepped on because you know that they are. And sometimes we allow it for a variety of reasons. It could be just because we want to keep a person around. It could be because we've just gotten used to this person's toxic behaviors and their toxic patterns, and we make excuses for them, which you should never do. And also, using discernment can also help you recognize when you are the person with the toxic patterns or the toxic behaviors. It's not always others. Sometimes we ourselves have toxic patterns or things that we do that aren't even in our own best interest, let alone other people's. So discernment kind of helps you to tune into those things as well. And it helps you to understand and to be okay with saying yes to certain things, and understanding that no is a full sentence. And sometimes you have to say no to certain things, certain people, certain situations in order to maintain your boundaries. And it can help you foster a more balanced and a fulfilling life. And then I would also suggest that we have to learn to trust our intuition. It's a key element of discernment. Your inner wisdom often knows what's best for you. Sometimes when we are in a situation or we're doing a certain action that we know ultimately isn't what's best for us, on some level we usually are aware of it. And we may proceed for a variety of reasons, but you really have to tune into your inner wisdom, to your authentic self, and say, okay, this is okay. This is what I should be doing. And then when you feel on the opposite end of the spectrum, like, no, this isn't okay. This isn't what I should be doing, to tune into that, and don't try to push that away or try to talk yourself out of it. What's best for you as far as what is healthy for you, what is within your boundaries, what is not. And just learning to listen to that inner voice and trusting it to kind of guide you on your journey. So by practicing critical thinking, making intentional choices, setting those boundaries, don't act impulsively, and trusting your intuition, you can harness the power of discernment to kind of navigate life with wisdom and authenticity. Okay, I hope this video was helpful for you. Do me a solid and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell notification so that you will never ever miss an upload. And if you happen to know a friend or a family member who's kind of going through a situation where they lack discernment, or they're always making choices that, maybe you on the outside looking in are like, that probably wasn't the best thing for you, share this content with them. And I hope that it can help and reach someone that needs to hear this message. So until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed, and always use your discernment.